What? Are you doing season 2 of that stupid show?
Honey, where are you going?
Where are you going?
Again? Just where are you going?
Where are you going? You're not going to the bar again, are you?
You like hanging out, drinking beer at the bar, talking sports? Come on out and join us weekly. Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, your podcast for just that. Hanging out, drinking some beer, talking sports.
Welcome to Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, your show full of a bunch of armchair quarterbacks, weekend warriors, thinking that we know more than the coaches do every single week when we do the show. But I think we do. We know more than the coaches. We actually predict things that come true on this show, and y'all listen up. So, Tebow did not make the Jacksonville Jaguars. We said that on the show. So this is a show where you can actually you can forecast the future by listening to Guys at the Bar Talking Sports. We got Ripper the Predictor over here. What was your prediction last week?
Minshew would be released within 2 weeks. The following Saturday, he was released.
Exactly. So this is a show where you can come every week and listen to it and hear a bunch of idiots that think they know something, but we do. You know, we pretend we know. We've pretended we know for so long that now we know. That's what it is.
I think that checks out.
Yeah. DC the Predictee. See, he's going to be DC the Predictee. That's
like
rookie
it.
DC.
I like it.
Predicted the whole thing with Mac Jones becoming the quarterback by week 5. And Cam didn't even make it to week 1 before he was done. You know? So that's over with.
That may be vaccine related.
We got a Brit over here that might want to talk some soccer.
Football.
Tennis, though.
Some tennis. Hello, how are you?
English Premier League.
English Premier League. Bring over some Brits to talk about that. How's it going? So we have DC the Predictee, right? And we are talking sports, yeah. But that's okay. That makes the people that listen know that we are actually at a bar. So anything can happen, but we can't mention you by name unless you have a nickname we could use, because we don't use our own names.
I want to know my nickname.
What is your nickname?
Oh, now I want to.
We want to know your nickname.
Not your stripper name.
Not your stripper name.
You didn't tell me that.
There we go. So DC predicted the whole Mac Jones deal, right? We predicted the whole idea about Tebow obviously not making the Jacksonville Jaguars, but he did go somewhere else, and we knew he was going to go to ESPN of some sort, right? And he did. And then we got Ripper the Predictor. I mean, this is a show where you can count on good stuff every single week. We're at a bar talking sports. That's what we do, you know? So let's introduce everybody really quick. As I already mentioned, we have Ripper the Predictor over here. What are you drinking, Ripper?
All right, so tonight, in honor of the Buckeyes defense, also known as the Silver Bullets, I'm drinking a Silver Bullet Coors Light.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, being an Ohio State fan, we'll talk about this later, but the game's on tonight. Are you excited?
It's game day, baby.
Game day, baby. A returning guest. Actually, now she is a premier guest. And we will say, Cheeks, what are you doing over there, Cheeks? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Shiner Bock again because it's the special of the night.
The special of the night. You are the special of the night. Cheeks, I know.
You know, for the team.
You can do it the next round.
Yeah.
Shiner Bock next, yeah. But yeah, you had to go with the team. That's true. We have the Chief. He's been on every show this season. I'm glad to have you back again, Chief. What are you drinking?
I'm still drinking my ginger and lime.
It never stops,
from 2 years ago.
Well, hey.
Starting to get pretty watered down now.
I don't know if I'm going to ask anymore then, you know? But, I mean, you got to top that thing off with some ice. You'll be looking good, you know? And this is your boy, Hanger, and I am drinking my gigantic Bud Light. I think it's a Bud Light. That was on tap. 42 ounces maybe of pure gold. You think that's what it is?
Why don't we put them all in here and get started, huh?
Cheers to the show.
Here's to the opening. Real college football.
It is officially college football weekend and college football season now. Last weekend was nothing but a bunch of crap, if you ask me, but we knew that. Actually, we predicted that, didn't we?
We did. Just a quick rundown.
So what happened then, Chief?
So Nebraska got beat by Illinois 30-22.
Let's break that game down really quick, okay? Not too fast. I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I really thought Nebraska was going to win. What do you think?
I think the game turned in the last 2 minutes of the first half with the scoop and score by Illinois. Ever since then, Nebraska just wasn't able to get things moving, and they looked kind of defeated and really awful.
That defense was looking on fire the first quarter. Nebraska's defense, I think they had 3 sacks the first quarter. I mean, they were looking like they were ready to roll. They weren't looking that good on offense, but I was thinking to myself, if they're looking this good in defense the entire season now, it's Illinois by a chance, so it's not like it's that strong of a team. But I was thinking that if they were doing that well on defense, they might be able to put a stop to a Wisconsin or Minnesota. But then the second half, or the second quarter, end of the second quarter, and then the second half happened. Now they were looking good again the fourth quarter, but too little, too late, right? Did you end up watching that?
I only saw the highlights.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What else, Chief? What do we got?
So Fresno in a big East-West game, Fresno beat UConn 45-0.
Now UConn is terrible. They didn't even play last season.
Yeah, but who's Fresno?
Well, we said I thought Fresno was in New Mexico. So
It's in California.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I was listening back to the show last week, and I said New Mexico. Now,
It's a part of California nobody talks about.
Every now and then, Fresno State does have some competitive teams. I think they're in the Mountain West, probably. So,
Yeah,
But
but
you're
still,
looking at-
45-0 seems excessive.
well, I don't even think UConn's like Division E or something.
Is
Yeah.
UConn that bad,
Yes.
or is Fresno that good? That's the question.
Neither.
UConn is that bad, and Fresno is mediocre.
All right, well,
So,
let's move
moving on.
over to a big game. This is Pac-12. UCLA beat Hawaii 44-10. No surprise in the outcome, but
UCLA, they're saying,
might be
was
better.
looking pretty good.
Yeah, they might be better than what they were looking.
Now, it'll really determine it this weekend when they play LSU, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that's what we're looking at.
That's the big-
LSU's going to stomp all over UCLA. That's my prediction. And when we predict on this show what happens, we get it right.
Well, I don't know about that, so we're going to go against the grain there. I'll wait till you guide me to our predictions for that game, but I've got some thoughts.
Oh, I think that okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
We'll come back to that one then, because we're talking about last week.
let's close out last weekend. Two other games. Again, not gonna make the highlights, but University of Texas El Paso beat New Mexico State 30-3. That's usually a closer game. And then San Jose State played Southern Utah, and it was 45-14. San Jose State won that one. Again, nothing outside of that Nebraska game really is making national
The
headlines.
Nebraska game was the one that was worth watching.
Right.
And I watched the whole thing, and I was rooting for Nebraska. That's my Big Ten team, and I like them. I like Scott Frost specifically. I liked him when he played there. I liked him at Oregon. I liked him at UCF. And then when he went to Nebraska, I was like, well, that's a great homecoming. But man, he just has not worked out. Everyone thinks that he's gonna be fired at the end of the season, or even before the end of the season.
I'm thinking before the end of the season, unless they have a turnaround and win like 3 straight and the season looks like it's salvaged.
I think if he can get to 7 wins, 8 for sure, but I think 7 he's probably safe.
If he has a winning season, that's a win for him.
He's got to get in a bowl game.
Right.
Yeah, we're short.
And then I'm just throwing it in last night. University of Alabama, Birmingham played Jacksonville State. It was 31-0.
Alabama, Birmingham won.
Alabama, Birmingham won. My point is,
Jacksonville State's
tonight is the beginning of real big national football, like teams that are contenders.
I think we got a game going on right now, don't we?
We're getting ready to start.
Yeah, there's a couple that are getting ready to start at 7:30.
BYU, who do they play?
Temple is at Rutgers right now. Citadel's at Coastal right now. LIU is at Florida International. Boise State at UCF. Western Illinois, Ball State, Wagner at Buffalo, Weber State at Utah.
So what's
starts at 7:30, along with some more big games.
So locally, since we're in South Carolina, obviously that's Citadel versus Coastal Carolina.
Coastal's 22 in the nation right now.
Now they have the same team coming back from last season.
Almost exactly.
Yeah. The quarterback is amazing. I'm surprised he didn't somehow get pulled away from that school. But
I mean, this could be like a 63-0 blowout tonight. I'm expecting that for Coastal. They should be being the number 22 ranked team in the country against.
And Citadel does not draw great. I mean, let's face it, it's the military college of South Carolina. A lot of the kids who go there are on military or other scholarships.
Yeah.
It is a military school. If you're a great football player, that's not where you're looking to go to school.
That's true. So let's get into the games that the people that listen to this show will actually care about, because I know my man Ripper over here is dying to talk about the
Minnesota game.
No, it's not. No. He's dying to talk about that UMass versus Pitt game this weekend.
Oh, really?
No? Okay. I was just kidding. Just kidding. My man Ripper is dying to talk about that Ohio State versus Minnesota game this weekend. What's going to happen?
All right, so
give me the rundown.
Rundown is, I think the weather is going to be a little off. It's supposed to rain pretty heavily there, maybe like 1 to 2 inches of rain during the game. It's at Minnesota. This is the first time in over a year either team have had fans. So Ohio State's going into a hostile crowd with
rainy
Didn't
they have a pretty bad loss recently on a rainy day? I can't remember. Was that last season? That wasn't them?
No.
No, that was Notre Dame. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was Notre Dame when they lost this
Yeah,
week.
you got that one wrong.
Okay.
But anyhow.
The fans are Minnesota nice in Minnesota.
The Minnesota fans, they'll sit there and just rub your back to death.
But we don't have a quarterback on our roster that's thrown a pass in a college football game.
Oh, gosh.
We got a redshirt freshman, C.J. Stroud, is taking over.
He's got some great receivers.
We've got probably, arguably, if not definitely, the best receiving core in the country.
I've heard that.
We got Chris Olave, we got Garrett Wilson, we got some studs as well.
Can't say Jackson Smith.
And Jigba.
Thank you.
But also we got a couple of freshmen in there, Marvin Harrison Jr. He's going to get some playing time. But what do I think will happen? That way I don't suck up this entire show with the Buckeyes. I think it'll probably be close for a quarter and a half. I wouldn't be surprised even if Ohio State is losing at halftime, and then I think they're going to go ahead and open things up in the second half. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. My prediction for this game, 45-24 Ohio State.
I think that you're insane, and I'm thinking Minnesota's going to win. That's what I'm thinking.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard.
No, actually, everyone says that I'm dumb, and I would never.
I'm not saying you're dumb. Just what you just said is
your beard.
But you know what? It could happen. Minnesota has probably one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten. They've got the best running back in the Big Ten. Their offensive line is huge. Yeah. Their right tackle is 6'9", nearly 400 pounds. Nearly 400 pounds. However, Ohio State's offensive line is similar. Our right tackle is 6'8", 360. So our defense has got some experience in the spring training, preseason, working with a big offensive line. So I think they're going to be up to the task. We'll see how our defense does. Last year, Ohio State's passing defense was like the third worst in the country. So hopefully we can do better this year. We'll see what happens. We've got a lot of talent. Hopefully we can make it happen. And I did just find out on the way here that our starting center is out for this game, and our starting nickelback is out as well. So, again, there'll be some issues with some quarterback center exchanges. Wet environment, wet football, new quarterback. We'll see what happens.
How's the running game though? Because you're in a wet environment, so you're gonna have to depend a little bit more on the running game.
We've got some real studs. We got a lot of experience with Master T coming back. We also have Mayan Williams, did well against Clemson in the playoffs, and then we have the nation's #1 overall running back, Travion Henderson. I think Will Shipley was probably #2 right behind him.
Okay.
But again, going to be a lot of talent in the backfield. It's just whether or not we can get the ball to the different players.
How's the depth?
We've got great depth on the offensive line, the defensive line. I'm not too sure about our our defensive backs yet. Our receiving room is very deep. We've got probably four quarterbacks that could go to 90% of the colleges in the country and start, seriously.
Now, Minnesota has a stout defensive or offensive line, right?
They do have a stout offensive line. They have one of the worst defenses last year. But again, this is a team that's returning like 20 of their 22 players from last year.
Yeah, so they're going to be...
They are going to miss Rashad Bateman, their leading receiver last year. He's in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
I think the circumstances are set up for them to pull an upset, but I just don't think I think their lack of depth and the overall talent that Ohio State has against Minnesota is going to lead them to victory.
What do you think, Chief?
I think the game's a little closer, but I think Ohio State's going to be leading the whole game. Minnesota is a good team, but I think Ohio State is very powerful.
I honestly...
And I do think, and while C.J. Stroud has not thrown a college football pass, he did great in the spring game, and I think he's ready for it. He's not as big as some of the other quarterbacks that we see who are getting a lot of recognition. He's only 6'3", 195. So by the time he's a sophomore, I'm expecting he's going to put on another 20, 25 pounds, and he's going to be a force to reckon with next season.
Yeah, he's not a true freshman. He has actually put on another 20 pounds, in the conditioning program. He's a little bigger than he came in. He's probably 215 now. And you'll be able to see that on the TV tonight.
Jinx, what are you thinking over there? I see you're dying to say something.
I'm looking at the Vegas stats. I'm looking at the over-under.
So talk to me. What is it?
I don't know. I disagree with it being a close game. I think no matter what, Ohio State, I think, has more heart. And I think they're definitely going to dominate.
Overall, okay.
Overall. I mean, today on the site, on the Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, I picked a big, big win for them.
We're talking 28-plus point win?
Yeah, you were like 48-17 or something like that, right?
Good memory.
I have a memory like a beast, unless I'm trying to remember your name.
I kind of like the way you think. I think it's a go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
We're going with Cheeks. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Another big game of the week is going to be. We'll stay in the Big Ten over here with Penn State versus Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
Now both are contenders for the Big Ten championship game, as long as they have a good season, right? I would say that no one would doubt it if, no one would be surprised if Penn State can somehow get in. But actually, they would be surprised because Ohio State's dominated. But you wouldn't be surprised if Wisconsin was in the Big Ten championship, right?
No.
Well, Wisconsin's coming in at number 12 overall. They've won 16 home openers straight.
Wow.
So there's a lot of expectation for them to be strong.
Are they playing in?
However, Penn State has won the last 4 meetings with Wisconsin.
Oh, have they? Okay.
So this is going to be a really interesting matchup this weekend.
Great tidbit there.
So what does Penn State have to do to win the game? Because I'm assuming that Wisconsin is going to be, is going to be the favorite in this game.
Really, for Penn State,
about 3.5 points, probably.
For Penn State, it comes down to Sean Clifford, the quarterback. If he can effectively throw the ball and make some plays with his feet and not turn the ball over, Penn State's got a great shot to knock off the number 12 team in Wisconsin. If not, it's probably going to be a close, hard-fought game, and Wisconsin will probably take the W.
So you're thinking Wisconsin's going to take the W on this one? I mean, I think it's a toss-up 50-50.
I think it's Wisconsin, too. That home field advantage.
G-Boogie! What's up, my man? Go dog! No, we don't talk about the dogs around here. Actually, we do talk about the dogs around here because we're guys in the bar talking sports. And anyone that wants to be on the show is allowed to be on the show whenever they want to walk up and say hi. So I'm always good with that. It makes the show seem more realistic, because we are really at a freaking bar talking sports. No other show does that.
I'm literally looking at the bar trying to get another one.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you run over there and grab one? Indiana versus Iowa is another big game in the Big Ten, right?
Yeah, Michael Penix, quarterback for Indiana. But Iowa last season started off 0-2.
Okay.
They won their last 6 straight. So this is going to be another Big Ten matchup. And by the way, Indiana's number 17, Iowa's number 18.
Indiana, believe it or not, has had a good team the last couple seasons, and I don't think that they're going to go down without a fight. You know, I mean, Iowa, though, is predicted to win the Big Ten West, and they're predicted to win the game, too. Okay, so I'm thinking that Iowa does not fall down on this one. I mean, it's literally ranked 17th versus 18th. So that's a toss-up in everybody's mind as first place. But my boy Ripper is the expert on the Big Ten. He's got his silver bullet over here. Talk to me, man. Indiana or Iowa?
All right, so Iowa, again, another team that's bringing back like 20 starters on their team. Solid team. They're going to go as far as their quarterback, their passing game is going to take them, I think. They got a really good defense. I like Michael Penix, the quarterback for Indiana. Very talented, coming off an injury that he had late last year, I believe. So
is he fully healed, do you know? Or?
Yeah. You know, this one's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go ahead and lean Indiana because they typically start out about 4-0 before things start unraveling. They had a really good year last year. I'm going to go with them again.
0-2 last year.
Yeah.
Does that knock Iowa out of the position of being Big Ten championship? No, because they're playing someone in the East. Right?
A lot of times the Big Ten West champion has at least 2 losses, honestly, because
I think Wisconsin has the last couple of times that they played as well in the Big Ten championship. And who was the Big Ten champion, or who was the Big Ten West representative last year?
Northwestern,
yeah, and they had 2 losses, maybe even 3 losses, right?
And that's another school in that Vandy Stanford lineup.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we ought to have a bowl game for like the 2 smartest schools.
I mean, you have that in the Ivy League. So I went to an Ivy League game when I was a kid. The first football game I went to was Yale versus Harvard. That's a big deal game to go to.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that at the time, but I was probably 6 years old. We're on the Yale sideline because my dad got free tickets to his job. And we never went to any sports games when I was a kid. That's why I like sports so much now, and that's why I like going to live games as much as I do. But that's my first memory. And, I mean, I didn't realize that those were 2 smart schools, but it was fun. Next game, we're going to go down this list now because we have Notre Dame, number 9, versus Florida State. Now, listen to this.
Yeah, because I got to listen to this.
Listen to this. Mackenzie Milton, UCF's quarterback, from a couple years ago when they went undefeated. Yep. He got injured the last game of the season against USF. Went out, I don't know if you remember watching the game, but his leg literally just buckled, and you could see it go in the opposite direction of what it's supposed to go.
He was out 33 months, and the doctors were planning to amputate when they got him to the hospital.
Yeah, because he broke the artery that's in your I'm not into medicine, but the femur. Yeah, he broke the artery that was in the femur. They're going to amputate, and then he had it completely reconstructed, the whole 9 yards. G Boogie, the testicles, or whatever they're called. What's going on, man? Doing all right?
What you drinking, G Boogie?
We have started recording. Yeah.
Vodka and lime.
Oh, nice. Vodka and lime. It sounds delicious. I bet, man. I bet. So we were talking about the Notre Dame versus.
You know, I gotta keep my figure.
You do. So we were talking Florida State versus Notre Dame. What's your prediction on that?
Oh man, that line's like 7 or something, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Okay, I don't know.
What's the line on that?
I think
it's got to be a little bit bigger.
It's a lot more than that.
Now, Florida State's looked like crap the last couple seasons.
Notre Dame's in the top 10. They're number 9 in the preseason. Jack Cohn was a quarterback at Wisconsin, got hurt. Now he's back.
Okay. Okay.
In 2019, he threw for over 2,700 yards. He had 18 touchdowns while he was at Wisconsin.
And that's the quarterback at Notre Dame now.
He's quarterback at Notre Dame now. The year he was in 19, he led the Badgers to a 10-4 record. And who'd they lose to? Ohio State.
Ohio State.
So I think this guy's used to playing that Midwestern ball. He needed a home because he got replaced when he got injured.
Now, they're going to be able to beat Florida State. Everyone knows that it's going to happen. But I have this confidence in Mackenzie Milton, man. That kid knows how to throw the ball. Now, he's been out for 33 months.
So that's a whole college career.
That's 3 years. Yeah, that's almost 3 years of not playing football.
It's just a story where you're really rooting for the kid.
I'm a Florida State hater. I'm a Gator fan. But I'm rooting for Mackenzie Milton. Yeah.
Unfortunately, his first game back is against Notre Dame, and that's just, it is tough. I just hope he gets through it okay and have a successful season here.
He has about 2 more this season and next season of eligibility. I'll be rooting for him behind the scenes. I won't make it too public because it's Florida State. God, I hate him.
You're not going to do a tomahawk chop?
I'm not going to do a tomahawk chop, no. But I liked Mackenzie Milton over at UCF. I went to college there. So, I'm not a huge fan of UCF, but I watch the games when they're on, and I always like watching them play. Because that kid can air it out. You can throw it 50 yards and make it right on the mark every time. I don't know if that's going to be the case. But Notre Dame, man.
All right, what else we got?
What else do we got? So,
wait, does anybody think Florida State's going to win?
No. We're talking about the big game.
We're going on to the big games, man.
Notre Dame's number 9.
I have the UMass. We're talking about the UMass Pitt game here in about a few minutes.
Did you want to talk about the Rhode Island School of Design game?
I would like to talk about it. My Nads. Go Nads.
Go Nads.
The MIT Engineers.
The MIT Engineers. Do they have a football team also? There is no way they have a football team.
They're called the Engineers.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. All right, so
they're going to beat the Nads.
So let's talk about De'Aaron King at the quarterback position in Miami. Last season, towards the end of the season, he had a foot injury. He's back and healthy, right? Miami was looking okay last season. I think they went 9-3, if I remember. I believe they went 9-3 last season. Alabama, though, is gonna.
Their defense is supposedly stronger than last season.
Alabama's.
They may have the best linebacking core they've ever had.
Exactly. And then Bryce Young is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can doubt. I don't think anyone can say with a straight face that Miami's going to win that game unless you're a diehard Miami fan. And even then, you have doubts. Even then, you know that they're going to get their butts kicked. But
I would like to see a competitive game. I just don't think we're going to.
No, I don't either.
I was hoping for a competitive game last season when Florida played Miami, and Florida had a hard time with them the first half. But then the second half, they ran away, and they ended up winning by about 21 points, I think. Alabama is way better than Florida, and I just think they're going to go in there and get a shellacking. Cheeks is about to scream. So what do you got, Cheeks?
I think it's going to be embarrassing for Miami.
Embarrassing.
I think it's going to be embarrassing. I think a lot of people are going to be on the boats for the Mountains.
Oh, gosh.
I'm definitely.
I'm going to say 56-3.
To 3.
To 3. And here's why. Because with about 5 minutes left to play, when it's 56-0, Nick Saban is going to go, all right, let's play some other people. It's the first game. We know we've got this one. Because they don't get the preseason that the NFL does.
So Miami is way overrated right now at rank 14, if that's the case.
I don't know if they are. Maybe this is a case where Alabama is just that much better than anybody outside the top 5.
Now, nobody's seen Alabama play yet, except for in some spring games and all that. They lost a lot of players on their offense that were like key contributors.
So they do have. I'm trying to think. I just dropped it. They do have their third best receiver returning now. He also got I'm pretty sure he was a 5-star recruit, maybe a 4-star recruit transfer from Ohio State. He's going to be starting for them. Jameson Williams, I think, something like that.
Okay.
So they're going to be fine in receiving it. Very talented.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that has enough depth to get past.
They get into Alabama. They're always going to have the talent, and they're going to be well coached.
That's true. I'm dying to talk UMass Pitt, but we'll move on to the next game.
Please don't. We got a lot more to talk about that's really important.
My notes say UMass Pitt, just kidding. And I keep on bringing it up because I thought it would just be a funny game. Because UMass is the worst team in the country besides UConn, probably. I think UConn and UMass should have a championship for the worst team every season.
Their own bowl game?
They should have their own bowl game, yeah, exactly.
The Chowder Bowl?
The Chowder Bowl. Yeah, I would go. For sure. Because I like UConn for basketball because I grew up in Connecticut.
Well,
so
that's totally different. UConn is a powerful basketball school.
Right, especially female basketball lately. But they used to be a powerhouse in the male basketball arena. So I think the last time they won a championship in men's basketball was early 2000s, I think.
I think I would go to that just for the tailgating.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch the game.
Georgia, Clemson, biggest game of the week.
Biggest game
all right. Georgia, Clemson. I know we've all been dying to talk about it, so lay it out on the table.
All right.
Chief, go.
Ukulele is 6'4", 250 pounds.
Is that the big, gigantic guy that went to the media days?
And remember, he did lose to Notre Dame, but that was his first time out. Helped crush Boston College. But Georgia's defense is going to be tough, and JT Daniels is going to be tough.
So a lot of people are on this JT Daniels bandwagon, right? Saying that he is just going to be phenomenal.
I don't know phenomenal, but I'm just saying this isn't going to be a cupcake game for either team.
No, it's definitely not going to be a cupcake game.
I think Clemson's, if we're breaking it down, Clemson has probably got the better offense.
Georgia has the better defense.
Justin Ross is back, and Braden Galloway's back. I think Clemson's going to have the better overall offense. Not saying it's like night and day difference. I'm just saying better between the two. But I'm worried about the Georgia defense. If I was Dabo Swinney, that would be my biggest challenges. Is the Georgia defense going to be shutting down that better offense?
I mean, Clemson lost a lot of powerful players on their offense as well, obviously. Yeah, like a quarterback. But who's the guy that's backing him? I got to get the name right, and I don't have it written down. Crap. Sorry. Clemson's quarterback, though. Ukulele. Yeah. So.
I think it's DJ Ukulele.
DJ Ukulele. We'll just call him DJ. We'll just call him DJ. Wicca DJ. So, DJ is pretty solid, though. I mean, he's like 260 and like 5 foot. What did you say?
He's 6'4", 250 pounds.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
He's probably got good maneuverability around that, and he seems like he was okay in the pocket last season.
In the 2 games he played last year, he threw for 781 yards. He got 4 touchdowns with no interceptions in 2 games. And granted, one was at Notre Dame.
Lost to Notre Dame.
So this guy he's got some on-field experience playing really tough teams. So I don't think that's going to be a factor for him.
He has on-field experience playing one really tough team. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know that.
How much?
I don't know how confident he's going to be going into playing Georgia. I mean, one tough
What
sack.
about JT Daniels playing Clemson?
No, that's true. But JT Daniels did have 4 games last season that he played in. One of the games he was like 50% passing. That was it. But the other ones he was in the 60s and 70s. So. But my man over here, Ripper, is about to scream and holler because he's a Georgia fan.
No, I am not a Georgia fan.
I thought you were a Georgia fan also.
I am not a Georgia fan at all.
You had me confused with your Georgia hat and Georgia shirt on over there, you know?
Oh, my God. But,
He's Ohio State guard?
I'm not going to talk about my pineapple shirt that I'm wearing right now.
I mean, that's what Georgia fans wear, you know?
Yeah, it's not what it looks like. But anyhow, I'm just going to make this quick. I like JT. I like Georgia's defense, and I think Georgia's got some really good running backs. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think Georgia pulls away 38-27.
38-27, okay. Cheeks, what do you got over there, sister?
I'm so confused about this one because of people switching teams and, the cornerback originally played for Clemson, now he's playing for Georgia. I don't know. I'm really torn on this one. I do think it's going to be close. I like your numbers. I think it's going to be close. Even though the odds are in the favor of Clemson, I'm still going to say it's got to be a close game. Maybe a 10-point difference.
10 points. So I'm excited for this game. I mean, this is the game for this is a great way.
This is probably the game of the week.
I mean, it's going to be a great weekend to not get any of those chores done around the house that I'm supposed to. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I would just put a sign up on the couch that says "Leave me the hell alone." It's Saturday.
Well,
okay.
This is interesting stat I pulled. For the first time since the AP poll began, 1950, so we're talking 71 years of college football.
Okay.
There are 5 games between top 25 teams in the season's full opening week.
It's amazing, man. This is a good week. Now,
we're not used to having an opening weekend even close to this.
Now, did the AP, which is the Associated Press, which is a news organization, did they create some of these teams in the top 25 in order to make this happen?
It's from the AP Coaches Poll.
No, that's true, yeah. I mean, I guess you can't really say there's some sort of coordinated effort, but...
Of course they didn't.
Of course they didn't, yeah. There's no conspiracies in this world. So, okay, so let's go through a couple games really fast.
Yeah, because you missed a really important game.
Give it to me.
Tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night. So, we got North Carolina playing at Virginia Tech. North Carolina's ranked number 10 in the nation.
North Carolina's going to be pretty good this season, I think.
I think Mac Brown's built a strong team. If anybody in the ACC can beat Clemson this year, I think it's North Carolina.
And a lot of the pundits on ESPN and elsewhere are saying something very similar, that North Carolina has the ability this season to do it, to knock Clemson off that high horse in Charlotte, but I don't know. We'll see on Saturday.
North Carolina was this good, their head coach was Mac Brown.
Have they ever won a conference championship?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine
they have, but it's been a very, very long time.
So,
before FSU joined the conference.
So Brian Harsin is the first-year coach at Auburn playing Akron. I was going to only bring that up because I thought that Chapo would be here. So we're going to go ahead and move on. But
War Eagle for you, I guess.
Yeah. War Eagle. I mean, that's a clear win by Auburn. No problem. Even with a brand new coach. I mean, that's an experienced team. They have a really. I mean, Bo Nix has been sketchy, but he has experience and nothing really. I mean, a lot comes with experience in college football, so that's an easy win right there. Tennessee versus Bowling Green. I wanted to bring that up just because.
Tonight?
That's tonight, yeah.
They're playing right now, I think. Yeah.
Tennessee. Their coach's second year, is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Second year coach.
No. Tennessee's coach is first.
Brand new
coach.
Josh Hoople. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he left UCF to come here. Now, UCF went from really great under Scott Frost down to pretty good under Josh Hoople, right? I would say in Tennessee, they probably have a pretty good coach, but they're not going to be having a good season this year.
Well, I think this will be the first of 4 straight wins for Tennessee. Honestly, I see them starting out, and it's going to take some effort to get there. I like to see them going 4-0 out the gate. Then things are going to get kind of tough for a while, and then, I can see a path to 6, maybe even 7 wins for them.
Do they beat Florida? You thought that they were?
No.
You didn't? Someone told me that they thought Tennessee was going to beat Florida. Someone that I know through our Facebook group, which has 445 or 455 members right now. Join it if you're listening. Facebook, guys
Help
at
us
Rock
get-
Sports.
Help us get to 500.
Help us at the 500. Share it with your friends. All right.
What about Iowa State and Cincinnati?
Iowa State, Cincinnati.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Be a big game.
Cincinnati's ranked number 9. Iowa State's ranked 11. Is that right?
I got Iowa State as number 7 and Cincy as number 8, but I'm not sure which poll that's from.
Okay, I thought it was.
We got, you got the USA poll, you got the AP poll. But bottom line, they're both going to be very tough teams. And by the way, Cincinnati at 8, even if it's 9, it's the highest initial ranking ever for a team in the American Athletic Conference.
And if Cincinnati wins that game, they are going to be looked at as a top 4 playoff hopeful if they go undefeated. So I guess we shall see. What are y'all looking at?
Hey,
Capital?
yeah, we got a booth review right now on this current schedule matchup.
Iowa State.
Give me an update, quick.
The wrong name.
Miami and Cincinnati.
Yeah, Miami of Ohio will be playing Cincinnati this weekend.
Are you making a mistake over there?
Yes,
Northern Iowa
very
and Iowa State.
possible I made a mistake.
All of our fans are going to look at you. That's fine, though. If they're listening next week, they'll be like, wow, that's really good information. See?
Exactly.
All right.
There you go.
Florida is playing Florida Atlantic. I'm a Florida Gators fan, so I have to bring that one up. Lane Kiffin has been gone from Florida Atlantic for 2 seasons now. FAU was good under Lane Kiffin, but they are not going to be good this week when they play Florida. What I'm looking for out of Florida is Emory Jones to see how they use him, because he's not accurate, but he's okay on accuracy, but he has good legs. And I want to see how they use him, and that's what I'm looking for, because that's going to determine whether they can beat Alabama in 3 weeks, which no one believes that they will. So, but they're playing in the swamp. That's a hard place to play, but we'll see. What do you think about that? Ripper the predictor.
I agree. I don't think Florida is going to have any issues handling FAU this weekend. Go Gators.
Go Gators. Give it the chomp. Give me the chomp. Come on. Give it a chomp. Yeah.
Gators are going to chew up the Owls.
You got another one for me?
Yeah, how about Texas, Louisiana, Saturday afternoon? Louisiana's ranked number 23, Texas ranked number 21.
Louisiana what? Harley! What's up, Harley?
The Raging Cajuns.
The Raging, oh, yeah.
Are ranked 23.
And they have a chance to pull up some upsets this season, too.
Yeah.
They upset a pretty big team last year. I can't remember who it was, but...
one's ranked 21 and one's ranked 23. That's all.
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game.
Now, the Longhorns
are coming to the SEC where they're going to learn what tough football is.
Isn't that game at Louisiana?
Hang on, I think it's...
I would assume that. I think so. Bring it to me, man. Bring it to me. So Texas, I don't know. So they've had a really rough last, how long, 15 years or so?
At Texas. So it's a home game.
That's a hard place to play.
They have one of the best running backs in the country, though. Didn't get the ball much last year. Again, COVID was just kind of a weird year. They do got a new head coach. I do like Texas to win, but Louisiana is going to be probably hanging that top 25, lower end of the top 25 most of the year.
Yeah, the Raging Cajuns, I don't see them beating Texas, but we shall see.
Well, and here's another game that got a top 25 team. You've got Oregon at home against Fresno State that just came off a 44-0 win.
Oregon's going to destroy.
Oregon's going to win big.
We don't even know where Fresno is. Is that the school that we were saying we don't know where they're at, right?
You don't.
Yeah,
I don't know where
you don't know where Fresno is.
Sorry. Somewhere in New Mexico. I don't know.
California.
Yeah, the middle
be
part
any-
of California.
Could be
Same.
anywhere.
Same.
Cheeks. Could be anywhere. All right.
Hold on, we got 2 more games that I want to bring up real quick.
Bring it to me. Hold on. Stay on football. One more.
These are 2 more football games.
Oh, you have okay, I got you.
Yeah, the first one is Louisville, Ole Miss. Matt Corral, who's quarterback for Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is going to be the one team that might pull some crazy upsets this season.
71%, this is last season, 71% pass completions, over 3,300 yards, 29 touchdowns. His one big weakness is 14 picks.
He had a ton of picks. But Lane Kiffin has him throwing the ball every single time he gets the ball in his hands.
Their secret weapon, I read it today, is their kicker. Now, he won't do the field goals, but he'll do kickoffs, and he might even do some punting. Or he'll do like maybe long field goals. 6'8" kicker.
That's for SMU.
That's SMU. Okay.
Yeah, 6'8".
Oh my gosh.
232 pounds. In practice, he's kicking 74-yard.
Are you kidding me?
No. He wears a size 14 shoe. His name is Brendan Hall. They also have him punting. His punts are hanging 5 seconds.
The college record for longest field goal is 65 yards without a tee.
Yep.
So that
was your alma mater.
That's right,
And he was doing 70 yards?
74.
Wow, he's going to, so all you got to do is get him to about the 45-yard line, you're good to go.
Not even.
Yeah, not even, yeah. Wow.
Hey, Texas, this is their first opener against a ranked team in 37 years.
I don't think Florida's ever played a ranked team the first game of the season.
Steve Sarkisian is Texas coach. Billy Napier went 10-1 last season. You know who he lost to?
Who did he lose to?
Coastal Carolina.
Okay, Coastal Carolina was good.
So Raging Cajuns were a decent team last year.
Carolina Gamecocks.
There we go.
We had to bring it out because we're in South Carolina, y'all.
Yeah,
Home of sweet tea and fried chicken. Come on. South Carolina Gamecocks are going to suck this season.
Well, they do have a coach as their quarterback, so maybe that'll help out for week one.
Don't sugarcoat it.
I can't even come out. That's as hard as I can come out of. They are going to suck this season. And it sucks because I like watching them play.
I've got them at 6 wins.
Zev Nolan, who was a graduate assistant a few weeks ago, is now the starting quarterback for the Gamecocks. He was the quarterback for North Dakota State last year.
He backed up Trey Lance 2 years ago,
Yep. South Carolina has the second.
And he played at Iowa State before that.
South Carolina has the second hardest schedule in college football. Second hardest schedule. They're playing Texas A&M. They're playing Georgia.
I think everybody in the SEC has like the top 15.
Yeah, but
hardest schedule.
Carolina, because they're not good. Alabama can't play themselves, so that obviously ranks them down. Same with like Texas A&M and Georgia, they can't play themselves,
So glad I got free tickets to the game.
What game?
The one on Saturday. I'm going to the opener.
Oh, you are? Are you gonna? Okay, that's gonna be.
That'll be it'll be a win.
In Charlotte or the one in where?
We're playing here.
Yeah, Carolina's playing here. Yeah.
Well, the game in Charlotte is the Clemson Georgia game.
Well, yeah, you wish you had tickets to that one
That's
too.
what, week 3, week 4?
What do you mean?
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking South Carolina. Never mind. Proceed.
All of our minds are going kaplow right now because we've been going for so long.
This is exciting. This is an exciting opening weekend.
This is going to be a great opening weekend. I look forward to talking about it next week. The thing is I'm going to be out of town for work.
No.
Yes.
So we could do it on Zoom.
Do you guys want to do it? Are you okay to do it on Zoom?
Sure.
Around 7:30?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to record on Zoom. You're going to have great sound quality, but no bar effects, which sucks.
Oh, I can bring those.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
We could certainly record some bar effects.
We're going to record some background bar noises, glasses falling, G-Boogie walking up to say hi.
Actually,
things like that, you know?
I could bring our microphone and my phone and Zoom.
No, just do it from your house.
And then you just won't be here.
Just do it from the house. That's fine.
All right.
Because I would rather us all be on Zoom because it makes it a little easier.
Yep.
So we'll talk about it next weekend on Zoom. You got a little bit of baseball for me really quick.
Oh, before we jump in there, I just want to make a big prediction real quick.
Oh, look for the predictor.
Okay, so here's my upset pick of the week.
Upset pick of the week.
I like UCLA to knock off LSU this week.
I go with that.
And these are my reasons why. I didn't even realize this. UCLA is not ranked. LSU is ranked, 15th or something like that?
16th or 15th.
It's only a 3-point spread right now. However,
LSU had to move their practice to Houston because of the hurricane. So those guys aren't
you're taking my points away from me.
Sorry.
Continue, Chief.
No, that's it. That was the only point.
Bring it, Chief.
So also,
So
UCLA.
they're not ready. So hold on. LSU is not ready to play UCLA, who already had a game.
UCLA they've already had a warm-up game, And like Chief just mentioned, LSU, they had to go to Houston for a week, so they didn't get to use their own practice facilities. They haven't had a warm-up game, and they didn't have a great year last year. So I kind of like UCLA to knock off number 15 LSU.
Would you put your money on it?
How much money you want?
I'm not betting you. I'm just saying, would you put your money on it?
Absolutely. I would put $25 on that game.
Okay. Guys at the bar talking sports, we do not recommend gambling unless you do it responsibly. All right, there. We had to say it, or else we'll get in big trouble. Okay?
All right, so why did you ask me that question?
I'm just asking. That's all. I'm just saying, I just want to see how confident you are in your predictions.
Absolutely.
Ripper the predictor never gets it wrong. So
That's not true.
that's not true. Yeah. Do not go to Vegas under Ripper the predictor's predictions, okay?
All right, Cheeks, tell us about the Dodgers, who, by the way, have the best ERA in the majors at 2.25 right now, but they're getting ready to go play San Francisco at San Francisco.
I think that, well, first of all, we're number one right now. I'll take it. And we have more wins than the rest of the league. And I think that they'll probably lose 2 and win 1.
So,
Which would make them
so right now, Atlanta is still winning the East, their division, right?
But they just got swept by Los Angeles.
So Atlanta has got to win some more games and get a little bit of, in order to stay in the playoff hopes, is what I understand. Because if they fall to second place in the East, then they're going to be out, because I guess the West has a bunch of teams that are good.
Well, the top, you got to remember.
That's my full analysis of baseball, because I don't know nothing about it.
The top 2 teams are the Dodgers and the Giants, and they're both NL West.
Okay.
And now the Giants have had some injuries, so that may play into it. They had not a great game Tuesday night against the Brewers.
Yeah.
But if you look in the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays, even with the Yankees having a 13-game winning streak, and it was broken, but they're up by 7 games. Chicago White Sox in the Central are up by 10 games.
Yep.
And the Houston Astros are up by 5 games in the West. So to me, it looks like the American League is pretty much sewn up. The National League is, I can tell you, Dodgers in San Francisco, unless something drastic happens in these last couple of weeks, one of them is going to be the division champ, and one of them is going to get a wild card. Tell us about the rest of the National League.
Well, then Milwaukee's got it sewed up. They're 10 games ahead, so it's definitely going to be the Brewers. Atlanta and Philadelphia are fighting it out. They're only 1.5 games apart, so that's still a great contender.
So let's go ahead and end it on that, okay?
Yeah, that's our baseball update, just so that we're guys at the bar talking sports.
Sports, not sports. All right.
Not just football.
Who's excited for the weekend? Woo! All right, so let's do it, y'all. This is going to be fun. Let's talk about it next week, all right? Come on back next week and listen to Guys at the Bar talking sports!
It's your boy, Hanger, looking for a beer. Actually, we're all looking for a beer, so if you want to buy the guys a beer, at Guys at the Bar Talking Sports on Venmo. That's it. Easy as drinking a beer. I know what you're thinking. Man, that was an amazing show. You know what you do then? You subscribe to the show. By subscribing, you'll be able to hear the show next week and every show that we come out with from here on out. And then if you really like the show, the thing that you can do is you give it a 5-star rating and review. Whatever podcast you listen to, see if you can give it a 5-star rating and review. I know you can do it on Apple iTunes. And then you know what you do? You come on back next week to hear Guys at the Bar talking sports.
Just don't want to flop around. Test 1, 2, 3. We're sound check, sound check, sound check.
I'm singing.
Oh, yeah, that's going to make it onto the show. Yeah, look, we're recording right now.
Like last week.